Have you shaved this yourself?
Friend did something with it.
Friend did something with it. Okay. Yeah. It goes down, up, and then around again. I think you shouldn't have got it shaved and knocked down for this look. Oh. I think it's kind of scuppered to fit this look today. Challenge. Dilemma and challenge, yeah. It could be a two-part of this, I think. You might have to get you back again to get it perfect. I didn't think we'd get to this. I was a bit like, how am I going to go with this?
Are you happy with it? Do you think it needs a part 2, or you think you're happy with it?
Yeah, I'm happy with it for sure, but I think I would like it to be like perfect. You know what I mean? Like I think if we grew the bottom bit out here a bit more, and I wish that bit wasn't taken out. All right, guys, welcome back to the Regal Gentleman YouTube channel, the Regal Gentleman Studio. We've got Ziqi in the chair again. This is one of the haircuts we did when we first come back, and we'd had a DIY haircut. So we tried to make it work the best we could, and we said, come back in 6 to 8 weeks. That has been 8 weeks. I think it's been 8 weeks, isn't it? Yeah. It's been 8 weeks, so Ziqi is back. So what we're doing now, where are we going to? What is this sort of the finished look you're trying to achieve? Now we've grown this out with the corner and everything else.
As you can see, it's very heavy on our side. So
yeah.
I will want to chop off the length
of
it on the top, and there's the side as well. We will go accordingly to what you think is right.
Okay.
But I want a slightly boxy finish on the side.
Okay.
So like, it's more boxy and it doesn't just fall flat.
Okay, no, yeah, that's cool.
And yeah, I guess to make it more texture as usual.
Okay.
I prefer it. Like a similar picture will be like this one. I guess it's more like fluffy, soft, but again, it can be texture if that was, I don't know, quite long ago, like last year maybe.
Oh, was it? Okay, yeah, cool. All right, Sanjay, cool, no worries. A lot of people would comment about the sort of 2-block haircut, right?
I don't know if it's entirely similar, but yeah, I think it's more...
It is, essentially, right? That is essentially what it is. But just to kind of clarify what we were doing last time, because I know it got like mixed, there's mixed messages about like 2-block haircut, this, that and the other, right? So we don't get a lot of that kind of style on a regular basis here, right? That's just the reality. I see a lot of the BTS boys, you see they're everywhere at the moment, right? But what I've noticed, a lot of the styles, they're not severe underneath here. And that's why I think it differed on the last haircut, because you did a 1, right? Yeah. And every single haircut that I've seen that is very similar to what you were requesting is not like scalp exposure. It is down the bottom here, but it's definitely not as high as what it was when you did it. Sure. So I think that's why it got lost in translation, I think, on the video, and also when we were trying to discuss what we were going for. Yeah. I know exactly what you want, exactly what you want. And I can see where you're going with it, right? Especially with that kind of like more squarer finish. It's just this length that's making it drag down. Yeah. So if we were to take that away and just have it a very soft finish, it sits maybe just on top of the ear more than it round the ear, I think that'd look amazing, right? I really do. And then again, what we can do, we can start doing some slide cutting techniques to really feather. Yeah. We need to feather it basically. And a lot of the 2-block kind of haircuts as well, they are dropped a lot lower, which I know that is the kind of style, but last time it was too low compared to the 1 that it had been. So that's why I had to take the back up here, because I wanted to sit in a bit more of a textured finish, more than it sitting in that kind of softer finish. We didn't have the balance of length to create that. But I think, again, growing it out, sticking to the 8 weeks, perfect, absolutely perfect. So we can create something really nice today. So I'm thinking back and sides. Now, I like the fact that we did what we did on the last haircut, where we took it up a bit higher and we kept more length here, because that works so well, right? But what we can do now, we can just taper it. We can go as short as a 1 if you want, down the very bottom, if you'd like that, a bit longer. It's up to you.
I don't think I'll go for 1 anymore, because I would like my hair to transition smoothly into it.
That's what it is, exactly. That's exactly what we were getting at. If you look at all them images, that is what it's like. It's not a severe undercut. It's a very soft finish. The sideburns are probably a number 2 max, maximum. That's what I would say. But I think I might just do a bit of, I think maybe, I think if we went down to like a 2 around the very, very edges, okay, and then we just freehand clipped the rest, just to balance it up, right? I don't think you want to take too much off here, to be fair. I think you want to create the top and create the shape more from that. I think that'd be quite nice. Sound good, yeah? Cool, man. Awesome. Thanks so much for not cutting it, mate. I think I'm so glad you came back in. I'm so glad we did this 2-parter. You know, I really am, because it just shows you that, you know, when you're trying to create a haircut and you do make that fatal error of shaving it yourself or having someone do it for you, you might not necessarily understand where you need to shave it to and whatnot, and we have to grow the bits out. When you see this haircut now compared to your first video, it's going to look exactly like what you want. It's going to look exactly like what we were trying to achieve the first time round, I think, if not better, you know, because we've grown the undercut out, essentially, as in like we've grown out that severity that was so high. And if you look now, it's not spiking up. It's sitting fairly flat.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what we needed to try and achieve. We need that to be a nice, longer transition into the hair, but it doesn't have to be such a severe finish on the back and sides. I don't think it works for the kind of look we were trying to achieve, maybe even from the start.
Yeah.
So, but we're there now, and that's the main thing. 8 weeks is all it takes, all right? But I'm looking forward to seeing the finish. I can't wait to see it. What product would you tend to use if you were styling this?
Normally I just use some pomade.
Pomade, yeah? Oh, nice. Is it like a clay pomade or a...
It's more like the oily pomade.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Give more of a shine to the hair, yeah? Of course, we've got a lovely pomade here, so we'll use that one, yeah? Cool, man. Sweet. Awesome. Do you put it in when it's dry or when it's wet? Or in between?
In between, yeah.
Yeah, good. That's what gives the softer finish. All right, cool, man.
Because I don't like any product with a strong hold.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Right, I'm going to start this from side to side, okay? Because again, it's a very bespoke haircut, and I want to get this part on absolutely perfect. Because we've left it with enough lengthening now, we can. I'll cut that down to there, so it matches. There we go. You won't miss them, you won't even notice them, all right? Start my number 2, just going to work it nice and low, just as a taper for this haircut, okay? Want to maintain a lot of the length, I want it to be very soft into this haircut, okay? Just going to start with a 2.5, I'm going to start tapering out the edges. So I'm not looking to cause too much contrast, I just want to make this look nice and tidy. So you can see we're not causing like what the one was doing, where it was a really big contrast, scalp exposure, etc. We're not getting that now. There we go, so I'm just going to blend that in now. I'm just putting my 0 line up to the top, just for the symmetry of the taper, but we're keeping a very low taper. Then work up. Not looking to create too much of a blend down here. I want this just to be a nice, smart finish on the neckline. Working down the very bottom, like so, just to tidy up. This will add a nice bit of shape to the sides. Again, we're looking for that boxy finish. Boxy finish doesn't just come from the top, it also comes from the edges as well. Use my clippers now to taper that in a bit more. I'm going to freehand around the ear and go down to a 2 over the comb. So yeah, I'm working side to side on this one. I just find when you're doing anything like this kind of hairstyle, it works better to just get everything sorted first on one side. Because essentially when you're working with a disconnection, I just find it easier just to get the one side perfect and you can follow the other side. Let's just keep the edges nice and soft. Let's just tidy up these little long bits, like this. Now, how would you like your sideburns? Do you want me to leave them as they are? Do you want me to shape them a little bit? What would you prefer?
Yeah, I guess just sharpen it together.
Just sharpen it, yeah. So do you want it to come to like a point?
Yeah, like, no, it will come down wide and like it will slowly narrows down to like a point.
Yeah, okay, cool. How's that look for you? All right? Yeah, cool. Just going to run clips over now it's dry, just to create a slightly boxier finish. Just from this little blend here. I know you have the hair sitting over it, but this is the bit that will create the kind of shape sitting over it, okay? So the hair will sit on top of this and create that box. Yeah, it's just this little bit here, we're not touching anywhere else. This bit just helps to create the shape. It's almost like a pillow almost that it lies on, you know? Foundation. Just remove any of the bits that we don't need. Now we'll just cut into that level there. Keep it nice and low. And using the right hand side as our guide. how I want to finish, how I want to look at the very, very end, how high I want the taper, etc., etc. Right, so working on the top now. So with that, we're going to take off about 1 inch in length, okay? But we're going to take more off over the ear, so it just falls and sits just nice, just on top of the ear. So it's got a really nice transition into the sides. Right, so, take my first section through the middle. So I'm going for 1 inch, so roughly about that. Close towards me now. Put it in there, the bars, about the same amount. And we're not looking to connect into the sides, we're just trying to take off the same amount. It'll create that nice boxy finish by creating that vertical section here. So let's cut sides to the top of the ear so it falls in nice transition. And by cutting on that vertical section before, we're going to create that kind of shape. And let's just drop that down towards the back. Very softer finish, sitting over the clipper work. Or the shorter work, shall we say. Slide into that. Slide right through. Like so. Right, towards the back now, we want to chop it down a little bit now. So we've grown this out, we've got the bulk underneath, which is allowing us to support that hair, so we can really soften it into the undercut. Pick it up, and just soften out that in there as well, so that falls in the same drop, just by the occipital bone at the bottom here. It's a good length. So it allows everything to fall so natural to that section there. Just gonna slice through this as well, just to really break it up. Just leaving that fringe out on that side there. There we go. Right, let me dry this through. Now put a little bit of texturizing salt spray on. This by Balmain. Smells incredible as well, by the way.
Yeah, like this.
Again, we're going to dry that nice sort of square shaping for you. Very tussled kind of finish though as well. I've dried it in so you can see the finished shape, okay?
Okay.
I'm just using a little bit of water, yeah, just to slightly wet it down. So as though you've kind of towel dried it, that's kind of what we're going for, okay? That kind of towel dried feel. I'm going to use Damon Barber Classic Pomade, okay? Love this brand. I've used a lot of their products and they smell, I know I've got the mask on, but you can smell it through the mask as well. Got a lovely smell to it. Very lightly scented. It's oil based, so it's good for what you're aiming for, okay? It gives that kind of hold. It's not too solid though when it goes in a little bit damp. Work it into the hair as well, okay? Work it through the hair. Use a vent brush, I'm just gonna run it through. We're not looking for that really, it's a textured style, but it's not a messy style, okay? There's a difference between a textured finish and a messy finish. I'm just gonna brush that back, like that. It's nice and smooth. And then we'll use our fingers to start out like we just did before. Slightly off parting. Bring that back. You've got a bit more of a squarer shape. You've got that blend sitting very softly. We've got a lot of the texture sitting over it as well. And as that dries in, you just have a nice coating of the oil pomade. Or is it looking like it's too wet or anything like that at all as well? So high speed, a low heat, and just dry that pomade in a bit more. There we go. How's that look for you, mate?
Yeah.
Happy with that?
Yeah.
That looks lovely, that, man. Really nice.
I like the boxy finish.
It's good, isn't it? Looks great. But again, what we've done is we've kind of got that undercut without it looking undercut, you know what I mean? You've got the heavy length sitting over, you know, a longer length as well. So you see there is a slight disconnection, but it's not massively in your face. I think that's what I was trying to go for the first time. It was just too short all over. So you still have an undercut. You still have a shape in there, but you just don't see it as drastic, you know what I mean? And that's basically what this kind of haircut you need to do really, is that go for that kind of style. Show you the back and sides as well, man. So as you can see, nothing too drastic, just nice and tidy.
Yeah.
It sits in there for you.
Oh, wow.
And I've dropped the back for you as well. See?
Yeah, the back's really nice.
It looks cool, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We've just got the length in there now though. So we got there. Thanks for waiting 8 weeks, mate. I'm so glad that you came back and done this, because I think it's given us a chance to both see where we were going with the style, you know?
Yeah.
Which is great. Thanks, man. The first video 8 weeks ago, you'll notice how much better and different and everything else this haircut really suits you.
Yeah.
All right, man. It's been great to get there with you. Little journey we've been on, mate. I like it. Thanks, man. Thank you very much. You're very welcome.